Hello and welcome to our new Year 7 students. I'm Mr Dunn, head teacher here at St John Bosco College. Now normally at this time of the year I'd be welcoming you in person to our induction day, but unfortunately because of coronavirus we can't have you here in the school until September. So instead we've put together this little video which will hopefully introduce you to some of the staff that you'll be meeting and working with next year. I hope that you've already watched our video from Bethany in Year 8 who's given you a tour of the school. And now we're going to find out more about the house system, the houses in the school, and try and answer some of the questions that you might have about starting school in September.
Hello everybody, my name is Mr Lane. I'm one of the assistant head teachers here at St John Bosco College, and I'd like to take a moment to try and explain to you how the house system operates. It's incredibly important to lots of the structures that we put in place here at school, and certainly the way we do it is distinctly different from the vast majority of schools and certainly all of the schools within our local area. And I hope, given time throughout your journey with us from Year 7 to Year 13, it becomes a system that you benefit from immensely. So we've got 5 different houses, and when everybody joins us in Year 7, you will join one of those 5 existing houses. Now, if you've got an older brother or sister who are already at the school, you will join the same house that they are already in. Now, when you get your timetables, you will see one of the distinct differences between primary and secondary school is that you'll have a tutor period every day. So everyone will spend 20 minutes within their tutor group, and their tutor period helps us deliver lots of the content that's important that doesn't sit naturally within our normal subjects. So when you think about something like an assembly or an opportunity for a reflection or discussion, tutor time is where those activities take place. Now, what's distinctly different here about us at school is that unlike your normal lessons where you will be joined by other pupils from Year 7, your tutor group will be organised vertically. That means it will be made up of 3 or 4 pupils from every single year group. That's Year 7s right the way through to Year 13s. So when you arrive in September, you will be joined by probably 3 different Year 7s. Some of them you may know, some of them you may not. And when you arrive in your tutor time for that first session, you will be joined by other pupils right across the full age range here at school. And what we hope that does is it means right from day one, you get to know some of our very oldest pupils. And perhaps more importantly, they get to know you. And so it helps us develop a close community, and something that's important to us at school. And it creates lots of different opportunities that you wouldn't get from just remaining within your single year group. So I hope it's something that you're looking forward to, and I hope it's something that you come to appreciate, certainly as you work your way through the school. Lots of the elements that are important when you come to settling in will be around questions that you may have. And what we've found in the past is that often the very best person to answer those questions isn't a teacher, it isn't your form tutor, although you are welcome to ask them anything that you would like. It's actually one of the older pupils who have been there and who have done it. It might be a Year 8 pupil who can understand how you feel because they were in exactly your position only 12 months ago. But equally, it might be one of our older Year 10s or Year 12 pupils who can give you some useful advice. So it's a system that we're really proud of, and it's something that we've developed over the last couple of years. And so I hope it's something that you look forward to when you join us in Year 7. And what I'd like to do now is introduce you to each of our 5 different heads of house. And when you arrive on your first day, you will find out which of these houses you now belong to for the next 7 years.
Hello, Year 7. My name is Miss Adai, and I'm the head of Romero House. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about Oscar Romero. Oscar Romero was martyred because he believed that every human being should be treated equally. It was a difficult time because the rich were mistreating the poor, and he felt this should not be happening. And so, unfortunately, he spoke out and was shot. So, as students of Oscar Romero, we believe that no matter what, when the time is right, we need to speak out. This links in very well with the school ethos, which is respect, understanding, affection, and humor.
Hi Year 7 and welcome to St John Bosco College. My name is Miss Burley and I am head of Kolbe House. Now Kolbe House is named after a Polish priest called Maximilian Kolbe, and he was a prisoner in a concentration camp in Auschwitz during World War II, and he actually incredibly selflessly gave up his life in order to save a stranger that he'd never met before. So he volunteered to die so he could save the life of another person. And through doing so, he demonstrated incredible selflessness, compassion, and care for others, somebody that he'd never even met before. And I think this links in quite well with our school values of respect, understanding, affection, and humour, because we think about the sacrifices, it makes us think about the sacrifices that we can make in our own lives to show a level of compassion and care towards others.
Hello Year 7, my name is Miss Norgrove and I am the head of St Mother Teresa House. St Mother Teresa dedicated her life not only to God but also to helping and serving others, particularly those who were very, very sick and often marginalised or forgotten about by the society they were living in. She did the majority of her work in Calcutta in India, where she actually lived in the slums amongst the poor people that she was helping. She dedicated her life to particularly caring for the sick, so those who had diseases such as leprosy, who were forgotten about, marginalised, even by their own families. St Mother Teresa and St John Bosco have a lot of similarities. Both of them dedicated their lives to helping others, particularly those who weren't always remembered in general society, and both of them really wanted all of those they cared for to know that they were loved. So regardless of their status, regardless of their illness, that they were loved. Particularly for Mother Teresa, who cared for those as they were dying, she wanted them to know that even at the end of their lives, they weren't alone and someone was there to love them.
My name is Miss Tazar and I am the head of Moses House. Saint Moses is a significant saint. In fact, he was once the leader of a gang of thieves. He started his life and unfortunately he went through sin, but when he left the thieves after running, being chased, he found himself amongst some priests and he repented and he changed his life for the good. Saint Moses teaches us about strength, he teaches us about ferocity, and he teaches us that no matter where life may begin, you make the choices and decide which directions you want to take life in.
Hi Year 7, my name is Mr Singh. I'm one of the Rafqa House form tutors. Saint Rafqa has been selected as one of our house saints because she has demonstrated compassion, resilience throughout her life. Saint Rafqa was born in 1832 in Lebanon. When she was younger, her mother wanted her to have an arranged marriage. This was difficult for her, it was a conflict because she wanted to dedicate her life to God. With this in mind, it shows us that we can go through tough decisions, and it shows us that Saint Rafqa was selfless and showed resilience in her sacrifices. Further on along her life, she lived in a small town which was under conflict, terrible conflict from soldiers. During this time, Saint Rafqa hid a child under her skirt in her habit to save the child from soldiers that were running after him. This shows that Saint Rafqa was compassionate. So resilience and compassion are two characteristics that we would like us to bring forward and reflect on from our wider school values, such as respect, understanding, affection and humour.
So there are our 5 different houses. Over the course of the summer period, you will be receiving in the post a small coloured badge. That will help you and us identify which house you belong to. And like I said before, you will remain within that same house for the next, hopefully, 7 years of your time with us here at school. This video, if you need to watch it again, will be available on our YouTube channel. Whilst you're there, please do take a look at some of the other content. There's lots of really interesting bits and pieces on there and assemblies from the past, and it will give you a chance to see, at the very least, some of the other members of staff here at our school. There'll also be a section on our website dedicated to Year 7 or Year 6 induction and transition. You'll see lots of different questions on there. So that's what we refer to as our frequently asked questions. And a bit like this, instead of seeing a written response, there'll be a short video clip from somebody within our school answering what we hope is a fairly common question that lots of you might have. So do take a look at that. Over the next couple of weeks, you'll also receive, or parents will receive, an email with some information about something called Bosco Quest. This is a really exciting activity that we've put together and is something that you can work on over the summer. By completing that, you'll learn a little bit more about our school and about our ethos and the way we do things. So please do take a look at that. It's something that's new for this year and a lot of work's gone into it, so I hope that's something that you enjoy. And the last thing I would say is I look forward to meeting you on Friday the 4th of September. That will be your first day with us, so pencil that into your calendar now. And anything else in the meantime, please ask mum, ask dad, make no hesitation, contact the school. If there's anything we can do to help you, then we look forward to doing that. And if not, I look forward to meeting you in person on Friday the 4th of September.